Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Bridget McCormick. This is Heart-Light Healing, and I am so excited to be here with you today as we talk about embodiment and go through a meditation that will allow you to experience what it feels to be embodied and how you can use that embodied wisdom to understand a message that you are receiving through your physical body. Hello and welcome. So, as we go through this practice, what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about embodiment. I am going to talk a little bit about the practice itself, and then I'm going to get right into it. So, if you don't know me, welcome to my channel. I am a physical therapist, energy work practitioner, and mindfulness educator. And I take all of those three amazing modalities and I help you get back into your bodies for your soul purpose so that you can heal, you can know what your next step is on your journey, or you can just feel free to be exactly who you are. And embodiment is such a big part of that. So let's just start. I love talking about like what words mean because they're how we communicate with each other. They hold lots of frequencies and they just are how we understand the world we live in. So embodiment as a word means to be in your body. And so you may have heard this word before, and you may wonder what it means, or you may have heard people use it in context. And you may wonder, why is that important? Why is embodiment, being in your body, important? You're already in your body, right? You walk through your day, you interact with others through your body. Well, embodiment is important because we are humans. And like I just said, it's how we go throughout our day. You are a soul within a human body. And that human body allows us to experience our everyday life, right? And how do we do that? Through our five senses. We experience it through our touch, through our hearing, through our sight, through our language, which is, through our taste, but also through our mouth in the sense of language and communication. Um, and through our hearing and through those five senses, we receive information about our day that we take in, right? Sometimes on a conscious level, if you are, watching this video and trying to learn, or sometimes on an unconscious level as we absorb the energy of our experiences into our energy body. And then our physical body processes that information, that energy exchange. And when it's processing that information, it's doing so to allow you to understand how this information applies to you, if it applies to you at all, how you can use it, and how you can take that information and apply it to what you need, what your next step is, what your wants and desires are, and make decisions that are in alignment with who you are as a person. So, embodiment is super important because when we are connected to our body, we can take the information that we are either learning or we're experiencing throughout our day, and we can use that information to make decisions that are aligned with who we are. Because, friends, you are a unique and wonderful and beautiful individual. And it is amazing how we have so much information accessible to us in so many different forms. But when you are struggling with something, whether it's a healing part of your healing journey, whether it's a question you need answered, whether you're in transition and you don't know what your next step is, or maybe you're super overwhelmed, the best place to find out what you need to move forward is within you. Because all of that information that's available to us is a great resource, external resource. And it's amazing to have so many choices. However, when you want to understand which of those choices is for you and which of those choices will get you to the place you want to go next, you need to take that choice and ask yourself, is this for me? Is this my next step? Or is this just someone else's suggestion that is beautiful and wonderful, but it's not me? It's not mine. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Um, so, the way we do that is we maybe gather that information externally or gather some information internally from the wisdom areas of our body. And I'll talk more about that later. Um, and then we drop within and ask ourselves, is this what I need? It's as simple as, to use a very simplified example, it's like, when you're feeling low in any way, you might ask yourself, am I hungry? Am I tired? Do I need a break from what I'm doing? Do I need some water? Or you may intuitively know, oh, this sensation is I'm feeling low in this particular way, and I need to drink more water, or I need to have a snack, or I need to take a break, or I need to go dance because I need to raise my vibration. Yeah? Do you feel me? So, but that all comes from within you. That doesn't come from asking someone else. I mean, you might ask someone else, and then again, ask yourself, feel within you, is that the right answer for me? The right answer comes from inside of you. It comes from that embodied space, from the wisdom of your body. And it allows you to make a decision that's good for you. So, what we're going to do today is allow you to step in a meditation that will allow you to step into that space, that will allow you to understand what it feels like to be in that embodied place in a safe and nourishing way, to hold something, whether it's a question, whether it's a sensation, whether it's an emotion, in a nurturing, curious way without trying to change it, so that you can understand that message, so you can take that information, begin to understand where it's coming from, what it needs, what it's trying to tell you that you need, and then begin to work through the process. And whatever that process is, whether it's letting go of the sensation, because emotions are meant to come in, flow in, give us a message, and move on. They're not meant to be held onto. And or a thought that has come in, and maybe it's helping you to make a decision, or it's a physical sensation alerting you to a need. So as we sit with this process, you'll be able to hold it in a way that is loving and kind and curious, and give it to the space that it needs, that you need. Because sometimes we need some space from our sensations, our physical sensations, our emotional um, feelings, our thoughts. Give it some space to see it, to really see it without any judgment, with a curious, open lens, and begin to understand what it's trying to tell us so that you can move forward on your journey. And you can also deepen your connection with that inner wisdom. So the next time this comes up, you understand what's showing up for you and why. And you may either be in the middle of it and understand that and move through it, and that's okay because this takes practice. Or you may notice it coming on the more you practice, and then have the tools, because you've already practiced, that resonate with you to move through whatever's showing up for you, to hold it with nourishing, compassionate kindness. And then just use that information to move forward on your journey, whatever that journey may be. So we're going to get into the meditation. I've talked long enough right now. And what I want you to do, if you're watching with me live, is just find a space, a place that you can be comfortable in, that you feel comfortable in. And as you do that, take a minute. I'll give you a minute to get comfortable. It can be sitting, it can, like I am, it can be laying down, just in a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. If you're on the replay, go ahead and pause this and find that comfortable space.
And I'll give you one more minute to get ready, and then we will get started. As we get started through this meditation, like I said, it is a R.A.I.N meditation. Recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. I'll walk you through the steps, and we will begin at the sound of my voice, and we'll end at the sound of a chime. So let's get started. Okay. So resting back in your comfortable position, just get a sense of what it feels like to be you before we begin. And then if you're comfortable doing so, you can simply allow your eyes to close or partially close or look down at the floor as we invite our intention, our attention, and our awareness to drop within. To drop within, allowing the external world to fade, and allowing our breath as we begin to breathe together to bring us within our body. So go ahead, and I'll invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, allowing your breath to bring you within. Noticing what it feels like. If there's a temperature that comes along with it as you continue to breathe. If there's an area of your body that you feel it most prevalently, whether it's your belly, your rib cage, your chest, or maybe all the way down to your hips and pelvis. And go ahead and notice what it feels like to be in your body right now, inviting your curiosity on board, noticing what your head and neck feel like, what your shoulders, arms, and hands feel like, your chest, your ribs, your belly, your pelvis, your legs, your knees, your feet, the soles of the feet as they rest on the ground. And as you do so, know that as we move through this practice, thoughts may come up, and that's totally okay. I'll invite you to remind them that this is a time for meditation practice, and let them know that you'll pick them up if they're needed after the practice is over. And if you find yourself getting caught up in a thought story, just gently bring yourself back, reconnecting with the breath and the sound of my voice. So now that we are connected to our bodies, I'll invite you to step into this practice with the recognize, the R of the R.A.I.N. So simply recognizing what thoughts, and when I say thoughts, I mean what messages, not your to-do list, but what messages or limiting beliefs might be floating through, whether they're familiar or new. What physical sensations or emotions are most present right now in this moment for you? Simply recognizing them. And if they're familiar, go ahead and give them the name that you already have. And if they're not, that's okay. Again, just recognizing the limiting belief, the thought story, the thought message, physical sensation or emotion that's present right now. And we'll move on to the A, allow. Now I'll invite you to simply allow whatever is with you, whatever is present for you right now, to be with you. Giving it as much or as little space as you and it needs, because sometimes we need some space from our physical sensations, our emotions, or those limiting beliefs. We need that space, and we need to be able to welcome it in. So I'll encourage you to welcome it in, to allow it to be with you in this moment, and giving you enough space to view it from this wide perceptual lens of curiosity, so that you can be with it instead of pushing it away, welcoming it in to be with you in this moment, for the sole purpose of your growth and understanding and healing. So now that we've recognized and we've allowed this sensation, emotion, or message, belief to be with us in this space, let's investigate a little the I of the R.A.I.N. And when I say investigate, I mean investigate as in to ask questions to connect with it, to understand. So as you investigate, simply notice where this emotion, physical sensation, or belief is present in your body. Where do you notice it? What sensations come along with it? Colors, temperatures, images, feelings, physical or emotional. Is there a message that wants to be shared? Is there an experience or a person or an event that's attached to it? What information is showing up? And notice how it's showing up for you. Because like I said, we are all unique. And we're all going to receive this information in a way that's perfect for you as you investigate. And receive this information, this message, this sensation, so that you will know it, that you will be able to recognize it if it shows up again, and be able to work through it and with it, with this meditation or other healing tools you have. And you'll be able to use this information to move forward. And now that you've gathered what you need to gather, I'll invite you to nurture this place that this sensation, belief, emotion, message is. And you may want to put one hand on your heart or both hands on your heart. One hand on your heart and one hand on that area, whatever feels good to you. And I'll invite you to nurture it as if you were caring for, holding, sending love to a loved one, a child, a pet, someone in need. Connecting with your heart and allowing this kindness, compassion, and love that lives within your heart to flow to this area. Simply holding it without trying to change it or push it away. Holding it with love and gratitude for this ability to be with it in this way. And if this doesn't feel quite comfortable for you, I'll invite you to feel nurtured from someone else. To call to mind someone you love and trust to nurture you, whether it's a friend, a teacher, a pet, a loved one, or whether it's your higher self or your higher power. I invite you to invite that nurturing soul to be with this area and to be with you in this place, sending love and kindness to whatever your attention and awareness has brought to you in this present moment. Whatever you've been recognizing, allowing, investigating, now we'll nurture it. Showing it love and gratitude for being with us and sharing this information for our highest good. And I'll invite and allow you to hold this area for another minute or so. Not only giving gratitude to it for showing up, but also for yourself, for your body, for your courageous mind and soul, for showing up for this practice, for yourself, and allowing yourself and this emotion, thought, or feeling to be with you in this way. So showing that love and kindness to yourself as well. Taking a couple more breaths together, we'll begin to bring this practice to a close at the sound of the chime. And as you do, just take some time after you hear the chime to allow your eyes to open in your own time. So as I said, allow your eyes to open in your own time, and allow, as you do, allow your internal awareness to once again meet your external environment. And if you're on the replay, feel free to hit pause and journal what's come up for you. Grab a drink of water. I find journaling helps to process and understand what we've experienced, because you may not understand it in the moment. It also allows us to go back and understand what this sensation or what you're moving through is. And because sometimes the message comes later and you want to go back to what you've experienced and add more, or maybe it comes up for you again and you want to go back and understand the tools that were helpful in this moment. So journaling is a wonderful way to do that. And once you're back, I hope you enjoyed this R.A.I.N practice and it's helped you understand a little bit more about embodiment. And if you'd love to dive deeper into this embodiment process, into this practice, into learning more about you and how you can use the inner wisdom within to make decisions for yourself, to be yourself in every moment, I'll invite you to join my 9-week group program, the Embodiment Academy, the Embodied Wisdom Academy. It begins on October 14th. It is a 9-week group program where, again, earlier in the video, I talked about the 6 wisdoms areas of the body. In this group program, we will go through more embodiment practices like this. We will explore how and what it feels to be embodied. And then from there, in each module going forward, we'll explore one of the 6 wisdom areas of the body, where it is, what it feels like to be there, what wisdom you can gain, what it feels like to be out of tune, and how to get back, and all the simple tools that you can use to deepen your understanding and your connection to these areas. And then we'll put them all together. We'll learn how to integrate them all together. So your mind is working with your body's working with your mind, and your soul is connected to both of them as well, so that you can use this inner wisdom. You can tap in and tune into this inner wisdom for your own healing, to make aligned decisions that are good for you from the information within and the information outside of you that you gather to make those decisions. So you can say yes when you want to say yes and no when you want to say no. So you can recognize what it feels like to be out of tune, to be not yourself. And you can tap into those wisdom areas to bring yourself back to being you. And that you can create safe and healthy boundaries for yourself so that you can live the life you want to live with ease. So if that sounds good to you, join me in the Embodied Wisdom Academy. Again, its doors are open now. I'll put the link to the application in the description below. You can also go to my Instagram account at I am Bridget McCormick, click the link there to apply, and we'll connect and make sure that it's a good fit for you. And if you join, you will be surrounded and supported by me and a like-minded group of women who are working on the same embodiment practices, and who at the same time will be working on whatever they're going through individually. So you'll get to work through these wisdom areas to work on your own unique place wherever you are in this present moment to help you forward on your journey, whatever journey that is right now, whether it's healing, transition, or simply reconnecting with yourself. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. And I hope you enjoyed your time with this practice today. So again, join me again on my channel. Check me out on Instagram, and come join me in the Embodied Wisdom Academy, where we'll learn all about embodiment, how to use the wisdom of your body to make decisions that are aligned for you along your journey to being you and living a life with ease. Until next time.